so close. I almost got my 200 view goal for episode 8 of the Raw Loaf, but I didn't quite make it there. But no, seriously, 195 views is great. I thank you all for it. But the thing that I like most is the fact that I got a whole 16 likes. That's a pretty good like to view ratio. Good job. Next week's intro is gonna make up for it. I promise. So, you get to see a picture of me. It's the 30-second SmackDown recap. Daniel Bryan shows his legit ref work from Raw. We get to see Ricardo Rodriguez's O-face. Del Rio gets a win over the Big Show when Cody Rhodes attacks the Big Show. I am so pumped for Damian Sandow. Twin Magic defeats Alicia Fox. Big Zeke ain't got no cuts. The Teddy table makes me miss the coal mine. Titus O'Neil and Darren Young defeat Yoshitatsu and Big Zeke. Antonio Cesaro hires Tyson Kidd. Khali defeats Cody Rhodes. Ryback's opponent delivers the worst promo I've ever seen and almost dies via a clothesline because of it. AJ period punched Caitlyn, and Sheamus defeats Mark Henry via the Bro Kick. Okay, first off, a couple things. Number one, I don't know why my hair is spiking itself. And number two, yeah, Edge was on Raw last week and I'm still wearing a shirt with Edge on it today. And they followed through with it, starring Brock Lesnar. I loved it. I don't know why Lesnar needed such a glorious contract. Jimmy John's is probably paying him $1 billion to put that on his back. Jimmy John's, great stuff. Sandwich in 7 seconds. I really wish Triple H didn't come out, but when Triple H told Laurinaitis to shut up, I was like, man, shut up! Don't we all miss it when McMahon used to do that? Lesnar goes and breaks Triple H's arm. It didn't sell to me because Triple H walked out of there. If he would have been put on a stretcher, it would have sold it. And why did the crowd start chanting for Cena? Like, yeah, I'm gonna come out there with a broken arm. Like, it really hurts. And if the rules hold up and the WWE is not racist towards Irish people, Brock Lesnar is gonna have to get a $500,000 fine or get fired or suspended or something. So Eve comes out and she announces there's gonna be a handful of beat the clock matches tonight, starting with The Miz versus Santino. Now with these beat the clock matches, if divas are not exempt from this, one of them's gonna get a match against CM Punk. My favorite moment between Santino and The Miz kicks Santino in the leg and Santino's like, ah. Anyway, this was a good match. Except the timer was drunk too. What's wrong with people tonight? That 3 count the ref hit was at 4:17, not 4:18. They're screwing the Bears. So next there is a triple threat match between Layla and the Bellas. And it's not a beat the clock match. It is a good thing it's not because I had enough time to maybe go grab a burrito and put it in the microwave. Layla wins with a drop kick and a roll up. If I had a roll up, I wouldn't have been able to finish eating it before this match was over. I think it took Lesnar longer to break Triple H's arm than this match went. Did anybody see the opening that said starring Brock Lesnar? I think that took more time than this Divas match. I swear this beard was not on my face before this match started. How long does it take for a triple threat Divas match to finish? If you'd give me some time to think about it, I could answer before the match was over. So next up we have an implosion of Team Jericho. Big Show apparently now thinks he's Rey Mysterio, giving him his hat and doing the little head thing with the children. But if Big Show steals Rey Mysterio's 35-pound falling splash finisher off the top rope, Big Show, you're cool with me. Because that would, really think about it, that'd be like a legitimate, like, finisher. Like Big Show falling off the top rope and splashing him. And then you got Rey Mysterio, who's like 40 pounds, splashing something. Not even like, he's not jumping. Just following. So the match starts off with pretty much the biggest body slam ever, and Jericho almost died. There's one thing that I really wish they would say about Jericho, which for whatever reason they don't say it. He was the first undisputed champion ever. They don't bring that up often, but that's a pretty big accolade. Big Show's got to be thankful that he has been teaming with Khali so much, because without Khali showing him how to slap somebody, Big Show probably would have lost when Jericho jumped off the top rope. Big Show does a small package. Jericho's feeling the effects from that body slam because he thinks it turned into a Royal Rumble match there at the end. And the ref probably gets fired for trying to save the moment. Jericho was probably supposed to win, but the slow count and the count was off. Jericho does not advance. So the Funkasaurus is out next, and he has a match against JTG. And I got pumped because Lawler said that JTG had a surprise. I don't know where Shad is, but I was crossing my fingers. And there was no surprise during the match. JTG even showed us how destructive that body slam is. Did you hear him when Funkasaurus had him up? And if you noticed, Little Brother wasn't out there with Funkasaurus tonight. But they did bring some Hornswoggle-sized people out to the ring to dance. That was pretty cool. So Eve gives Mr. Laurinaitis a pep talk. And it would have been so amazing if he would have looked at her boobs. Mr. Laurinaitis, what are you doing? You can't be back here moping around. Mr. Laurinaitis, my eyes, they're up here. My Here, okay? You gotta be a leader for this company. You just had the #1 night ever in this company. My eyes are right here. And this show is pretty much starring Brock Lesnar. Before and after every commercial break, Lesnar is brought up. Next up, we got another Beat the Clock match featuring Orton and Swagger. Now, I did tweet that if Swagger wins this match, I was going to dance like a little girl. And I can say that I've never looked forward to doing that before. Swagger hits the most amazing swagger bomb that I think I've ever seen. Swagger has the upper hand on most of this match. Orton starts to rally and he goes for the RKO and Swagger reverses it into an ankle lock, and you have no idea how fast my heart started beating. It bum, 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 bum. I was like, what kind of clothes am I gonna wear to dance like a little girl? If I'm gonna do it, you all will probably throw up and hurl. When I dance with like a girl. That was total freestyle. But no, Randy Orton rolls out of the ankle lock and hits Swagger with the RKO and beats Miz's time by 3 seconds, but we all know it was 2 seconds because the first match was 4:17 and not 4:18. I have a great idea! So Santino and Ryder beat Epico and Primo last week on Raw. Let's give R-Truth and Kofi Kingston a championship match for the belts! And then Rosa comes out and I forget my whole complaining. During this match, Captain Coal Miner just kinda casually announces that the Bellas have been fired. Primo does an awesome cartwheel after he knocks R-Truth down at one point. But when R-Truth is almost down, he gets up and tags Kofi, and Kofi comes in and does what he does best, which is jumping. Rosa tries to go up there and distract Kofi, but he turns around and R-Truth takes Epico and slams his neck against the ropes. He gets up and turns around and Kofi hits the Trouble in Paradise for the 1, 2, 3. And Zack Ryder and Santino Marella are now WWE Team Champions. And for me, this means probably no more TV time for La Rosa. So we get another Beat the Clock match in the form of Kane and Khali. These men don't move fast enough to beat the clock. I honestly thought Kane was gonna win this one. Normally right now I would be showing you how much Khali chops during a match, but honestly my arm's hurting right now and I don't want to hyperextend it. The match ended with Khali and Kane standing together, holding each other's necks like they were gonna chokeslam each other, which if they would have been able to do that at the same time, it would have been awesome. No contest. So the final Beat the Clock match is between Daniel Bryan and Jerry the King Lawler? Is it bad that Lawler did a much better performance than Khali? Should I be saying that too loud? Should I be saying that at all? Lawler jumps off the ropes and hits Bryan with that punch, but it's not enough. Bryan comes back and hits the yes lock. Yes, 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 yes. And Lawler submits. Yeah, I spent my Saturday night drawing that. You might think that's weird. You might think I'm a loser, but guess what? I didn't have any money, and I didn't want to go out because I didn't have any money, so I instead drew a picture of Daniel Bryan. So now the WWE Championship match at Money in the Bank is CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, and I have no idea who I'm gonna cheer for. Michael Cole updates us and says Triple H has indeed broken his arm, and I'm just wondering if anybody else was waiting to say that his broken arm has caused anal bleeding. So John Cena comes out and all the girls and maybe about 22 guys need to change their panties. He comes out and says his arm is in fact not broken, so as Johnny Ace is about to announce who Cena's opponent's going to be at Money in the Bank, Lord Tensai comes out. But hold on, he's not Cena's opponent. And instead, it's this guy. And that does it for episode number 9 of the Raw Loaf. If you see this thumb, it's almost coming out. We're almost at number 10, people. I've had a great time doing this show. I hope you all have had a great time. If you have been having a great time, please click that like button. Please click share. Share it with the world. Tweet it. Do whatever. Just if you're going to tweet it, I would really appreciate it if you put the Raw Loaf on there. And then you can always subscribe to my channel so when I upload the videos, it goes BAM! The Raw Loaf has a new episode. Episode number 10 is up. Oh man, could you imagine being the first to view? That doesn't really mean nothing, but could you imagine being the first to view episode 10? Have a great night.